Let's be honest. Nobody likes a know-it-all. Nobody likes that person that thinks they know everything, are never wrong, you can't tell them anything, because they always feel like their way is the best way and sometimes the only way. Now, this could be your spouse. It could be someone you work for or work with, someone you coach for, coach with, someone on your team, another relative, a friend, or whatever. But nobody likes a know-it-all. That person that's an expert on everything. It becomes difficult to have a relationship, whether it's a working relationship or, any type of relationship with this person, because they're always right. It's difficult to communicate with them because you can't, speak a contrary opinion because they shut it down. It's very difficult and very challenging, but we have to be honest, those people exist. We all know someone like that. And if you don't think you know someone that thinks they know it all, that could be you. There's a good chance that the person that knows everything is you. So how do we work on being knowledgeable? Because it's important to be knowledgeable. It's important to have different and varying expertise, but not be the person that believes that a subject matter expert in everything. The first thing we have to do is we have to recognize that we're always in a learning process, continuously learning. One thing I love about reading about some of the greats in business and ministry and other areas of life is that they always are reading, are always studying, always trying to gather and obtain more knowledge. I had to be honest, over the last couple of years, I had to step my game up. I had to read more. So I'm on a sort of a track where I want to read at least 6 books a year. And then hopefully I get to the point where I read 12 a year and maybe even more. But I think if I get to that point where I can do 1 book a month, then I'm really focusing on personal growth, personal development, and being better. Always learning. You have to remember, you're always in a constant learning mode. You want to exercise your brain. Because if you don't, it's just like anything else. If you don't exercise your body, then you lose your muscle, may gain weight and so forth, you'll be sluggish. Same thing goes for your brain. If you're not exercising your brain, you'll be sluggish, memory lapse and so forth. There are other issues that will happen, other things that will take place. But the second thing, the way you make sure you're a knowledgeable person, but not viewed as that person that knows everything, is you have to be compassionate when listening to others. That compassion, that means even though I think you may not be right, then I still want to listen to your point of view, hear your perspective, because even in that perspective, there's something to be learned. Whether it's just the process of debating and being able to go back and forth and articulate your views versus someone else's views. But even deeper than that, there's some points in there that you may learn. There's some things that you may be able to take away and gather and be better. So you have to be compassionate and caring and listen to other people. Have that empathy that even if you think that they're incorrect, listen to them, hear them out, and not be so quick to shut them down and judge them and, you're wrong. Get out of here with that. And then the last thing is very important, kind of goes alongside of that being compassionate and caring. You have to have an open mind. You have to be open-minded and realize that, as much as I may think that I don't know everything. I don't know everything about everything, and I don't even know everything about some things. The things that I may be great at, I don't know everything. The things that I may be very knowledgeable about, for me personally, could be football, could be web designs, logos, small business, entrepreneurship, those things that I sort of work hard, I specialize. I don't know everything. That's why I constantly read and try to absorb more information. So you have to understand that you don't know everything. You want to gain more information. You want to gather more information. Being open-minded. I always talk about, as a Bible study teacher of high school boys, that every time I teach a class, I do 2 things. I teach them something, but I learn something. I learn something from young men that are 20, 30 years younger than me, gaining more information, being able to grow and be better because of it. Listen, nobody likes to deal with a know-it-all. Nobody likes to deal with that person that you can't get a word in edgewise because they're always right. They shoot down your opinions and what you say. And just like nobody wants to deal with that person, we want to make sure that we're not becoming that person. Even in our quest to be better, to be great, to acquire knowledge, make sure that we're not becoming the person that thinks they know everything, that we don't want to hear anything from someone else. Be open-minded. Have a caring and compassionate spirit. But also remember that we're always learning. There's always something we can learn. We can always be better. We can always continue to strive towards being great.
That I can have this moment to life.